criticize crime, you're actually criticizing a race and a culture.
Statistically, it is true that Asians, right, on average...
Whoa, wait. That's me. What's up, guys? Vince Dow here. Be sure to like and subscribe if you are new. So my Vice panel from a few months ago was featured on the Michael Knowles Show today. So shout out Michael Knowles, common Michael Knowles W, but I figured it would be fun to react to that here today. I don't think I've really extensively talked about the segment that he chose to highlight, funny enough. So let's play the clip and do that. Cue it.
There's a documentary out from Vice in which libs make an argument explicitly that they've been making implicitly for many, many years. Namely, that if you criticize crime, you're actually criticizing a race and a culture.
Statistically, it is true that Asians, right, on average, make more money, better test scores, get into better colleges, all that stuff. I think the question is, why is that? And I don't know, model minority, whatever that label wants to mean.
That's actually a myth because we cannot be...
Well, no, listen. Well, let me finish my point. We need to observe what makes people successful and unsuccessful. And I think when you look at trends that are generally true in the Asian community, not of everyone, but are generally true, usually you have families that are sticking together. You have, people are taught to work hard in school, not get into trouble. I think that translates to why Asians en masse are successful. And I don't think you have to be Asian or white for that matter to not have kids out of wedlock, not, commit crime, not cause trouble, whatever it is. It's just a matter of common sense. That's what makes people successful. And if that's so-called assimilation, having a nuclear family, buying a house, going to school, whatever it is, then yeah, okay, call me a pro-assimilation then.
I think there's a difference between assimilation and erasure.
Yes.
Yes, there it is, right there at the end. Throughout the whole clip, if you were only listening to it, you weren't able to watch the just beautiful expressions on the faces of all the libs on the panel. He says, I just think probably people shouldn't have kids out of wedlock, and they should get married, and they should do well in school, and they should not commit crimes. And you look on the people's faces, they say, oh, is he really telling people not to commit crime? The very, very tail end of that clip, they say, well, look, that's not assimilation, that's erasure, which is to say the libs are suggesting that crime is just an integral part of certain races and cultures, which sounds like the kind of argument that if we said it, they would call that racist. But they're the ones who are saying that, and it is not true.
So again, thank you, Michael, for the feature. Very epic. And it's funny because this is a clip from the panel that I don't think I've covered all that extensively, which is my bad because it deserves plenty of talking about, just with how stupid it is. So the first thing I say is that Asians, on average, are the most socioeconomically successful people in the country. And I made sure to clarify on average because I'm in a room full of libs. I know how they're going to be. They can't seem to process average trends among groups, medians, means, foreign concept to them. And so I said on average. And the white people hating purple hair girl on the bottom was like, that's actually not true because... Now, we never heard her response because I cut her off. For once on that panel, you're not going to interrupt me. And notice how I had to do that because the moderator never regulated the fact that everyone was ganging up on me the whole time. Didn't matter. Still won, many are saying. But regardless, she says that's not true. She says it's not true that Asians are on average socioeconomically successful when it is true. Every study on median household income says this. You can intuitively observe it. I don't think that's a shocking statistic to anyone. Like, it's not super complicated or even disputed, so very confusing, whatever. But on to the next thing. So if you watch the entire panel in context, what is happening is that there's a big debate going on over one of the first things I said, which is that I believe in assimilation, and that assimilation, however much is possible, is simply necessary to govern and increasingly diversifying nation. This is, of course, common sense, or at least it should be. I don't even think it's a political take. People are not united by diversity. People are united by unity. People don't come together because they share nothing in common. They come together because they share something in common, right? I mean, diversity by definition is not a strength. This is why we are the United States and not the diverse states. Because people don't unite over differences. They actually fight over differences. That's the reality of human history. And that's why I say if America is going to remain the United States amidst all of the demographical, cultural, and political transformations we are seeing in the 21st century, you would think, in theory, we need to assimilate to something, unite over something, right? And of course, I said this and people got very mad for the first 10 minutes or so. You can watch the whole thing. You can watch the content we've done reacting to it, etc. But that is the context of my comment in the clip here. Let's understand that. We just had that whole debate. And then I think we were transitioning and I was talking about white privilege and model minority or whatever. And I brought up that, look, the reason we have disparities in society isn't because of white supremacy. If you want to change things like the poverty rates, the incarceration rates, there's a very simple thing that certain people have to do, which is work hard, have stable families, don't commit the crime that gets them incarcerated, right? Like, I'm not saying that it's always easy to live a decent life in America. Hard work isn't easy by definition because it's hard, but it's not a mystery as to what you have to do to at least be at the bottom of the middle class in this country. Even with all of the flaws in our system, you can intuitively understand what you have to do. But notice at the end, I say, well, if that's so-called assimilation, then call me an assimilationist. That was actually a sarcastic comment, for the record, which is funny, and nobody seems to notice that because I don't think that assimilation is just about not committing crime and being a functioning member of society, right? Like, assimilation is more than that. Assimilation is about acclimating to the language, habits, customs, culture of a place. I think it's a lot more than just not committing crime. Okay, and we had that discussion before this, but this clip is hilarious because I just sarcastically say, as kind of a jab at their ridiculousness, that, well, if not committing crime is assimilation, then I think I'm pro-assimilation. And that one girl turns back to me and 100% seriously says, there's a difference between assimilation and erasure, all because I said, literally, just don't commit crime, go to school, work hard, don't knock up random women. And she implies that that's erasing minority culture. What are you trying to say with that? You know? And Michael Knowles points out, like, you're literally saying, girl on the panel, not me, not Michael, you are implying that crime and sexual recklessness and laziness are tied down to minority cultures. That's the implication of your art, not anything we are saying. That's the implication of your argument. What did she mean by this? By discouraging crime, laziness, and impulsive decisions, she suggests that we are committing cultural erasure. Okay, if that's how you see it, again, that was never my argument, but okay, whatever. Anyways, glad that Michael Knowles included this clip in his show today. It was a true honor. We have long been Michael Knowles respecters on this channel. So, hey, buddy, if you ever want me on the show, just shoot me a DM. No, just kidding, just kidding. I do appreciate it, though, in all seriousness. I know that Actual Justice Warrior also did a video reacting to it today. So, shout out to him. I'm planning on doing a stream tomorrow night reacting to his video on it. So, come and join us there at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Come join us. And if you're a new viewer who's finding me from either Daily Wire or AJW, hey, welcome. God bless you. I appreciate the support. But okay, guys, join us on stream tomorrow night. Like I said, that's where we're going to go in on this panel one more time. But until then, be sure to like and subscribe if you are new. Go check out all of the content we have regarding the panel in the past. I'll put some of it on the end screen. And consider becoming a channel member for exclusive perks and the soon-to-come Discord server. We just started setting it up last night, so I'll let everyone know soon. But yeah, members-only Discord imminent. Stay tuned for that, and it's a great way to support the channel. So hit the join button on the channel if you are interested. I would appreciate it. And until next time, Alpha Moves only. God bless and peace.